Good morning, everyone out there in cyberspace. This is Michael J. Steele. I'm running for United States Senator, North Dakota. I have a lot of things that I'm pretty pissed off about right now. We got right here in America, got children locked up in concentration camps. They were taken away from their families, and 13,000 children. I think that's just a big mess right now that we're getting into. The people that were in the internment camps during World War II, the Japanese, they were left, their children got to be with their families. They were together throughout that ordeal, and America had to pay a lot of money in war reparations after this whole ordeal, which could come to these children when they grow up. They might receive some reparations. Some attorneys are probably already looking at it right now. Right now, I'm out there. I'm running for United States Senate of North Dakota in 2022. The reason why I'm waiting until 2022 is I'm trying to raise $3 million. If you'd like to donate, you can go to my GoFundMe page. It's Michael J. Steele for United States Senate of North Dakota. And then you can donate. I'd like to raise $3 million. I need a tour bus right now so I can tour up and down North Dakota. And I'll probably have to get it. I don't like to fly, so I'll need a tour bus to drive back and forth to Washington, D.C. when I am your next senator of North Dakota. Let me think. Anything else on my mind right now? Oh, we're building this stupid wall. Humpty Trumpty's building this great wall. It's basically a waste of money and time. It creates jobs temporarily, but it's like putting a Band-Aid on the Titanic. There's thousands of tunnels right now, which I'm sure everyone's aware of, that are going underneath these from Mexico to the United States. They're coming up in people's garages, and I don't know, it's pretty common knowledge, that these illegals will be going over the wall, through the wall, under the wall, or through tunnels. So, I mean, this wall is just a big joke. They had a guy on TV, an illegal, they showed him scroll the wall. He got over that wall in about 3 minutes. I mean, just no problem at all. So it's just a big waste of money, and as the great Bobby Kennedy said, Robert F. Kennedy, who was assassinated about the time Martin Luther was assassinated, said that we build walls to keep people in, like Hitler did in Nazi Germany. He built walls to keep people in, which is a horrible and atrocious thing. So I don't know if Trump's building walls to keep us in, to get rid of us all. We're building hospitals all over the country, more and more sick people. What's really going on out there? When I become your senator, I'll have the resources in the Capitol and the staff to be able to get out there and really let the American people know what's going on in this country right now. What is happening? I'm sitting here in Fargo. I read the news. I talk to people. I blog. I chat. I have a fairly decent education. I graduated at Minnesota State University in Moorhead because it had a good political science program. Some good programs. They're really good programs. But I think I got a pretty good idea of what's going on. I have traveled the country a little bit. I've been on the road. I've seen many of the states here throughout America, and I've paid attention. It's like the head of the CIA said, we're not in big trouble right now. I believe him. He said, walk down. You're safe to walk down most streets in America right now. We're not being harmed, thank goodness for our military. I know we need to have a good defense to have a good offense. I don't know if I'd have gave the $780 billion that Trump just gave the military. That's an awful lot of money to be given out. There's people starving in Arkansas right now. People in our country living under bridges. I think we need to get some good jobs and education, some treatment and rehabilitation for our citizens right here in America. That's what I believe we need. You know, there's so many things that I would like to share with you today, but sometimes it's good to have someone else on the show, which I'm by myself, to kind of draw it out on me, you know, to give me a question and answer. I will answer any questions or answers that you give me. You know, here's one that's pretty common. What are you going to do about this situation in North Dakota? Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ask experts. I'm going to get a crew of experts together, and we're going to solve problems for North Dakota. We're going to solve problems for America. And we are also going to get people together to make our North Dakota safer. You know, John Hoeven was going to get tough on crime. He left North Dakota. He's in the Senate. Crime's going up. Population's going up. Crime's going up right with it. You know, we've had 2 homicides in Fargo within a week. You know, there's homicides throughout this whole state. You know, once they took prayer out of schools in 1963, the country, you know, from many elderly people that I have a lot of respect for, said the country literally started going to hell. You know, there used to be prayer in school, and everybody says, well, then, you know, you got to allow this group to pray. Well, let them pray. Everybody gets 10 minutes to pray in school to their own faith, their own religion. You know, let's bring back prayer. You know, one person, it's another thing, one person out of 320 million Americans made a decision. Well, let's take prayer out of school. You know, well, I think my platform in North Dakota, in the United States, is to bring prayer back to school. Bring prayer. Let every religion have 10-minute time out to pray to their Lord, their Allah, their Jehovah, their Elohim, to pray to whoever they like to pray to. And I have no problem with that. I don't think the world will have a problem. Let's teach our kids values again, you know. They took pride of school, now we got all these shootings. Columbine was the beginning. Then you got all these copycats. You got all these schools. What the heck kid in the world would want to get up and go to school in America right now knowing that they could be shot? We just had a guy in Fargo get killed, a 20-year-old kid, by a 44-year-old guy. Well, the guy was sitting down at 5:30 in the morning waiting for breakfast, got shot 7 times at my McDonald's in Fargo, North Dakota, where I go every day to have a hamburger or to relax. If you want to come and meet me, talk politics, come down to 905 Main Avenue McDonald's, and I'll be glad to meet with you, you know. And remember, I need your funds right now, your donations go to Michael J. Steele for U.S. Senate North Dakota on my GoFundMe page. I announced that I was running for Senate 2022 about 12, 13 months ago it's been now, and no donations have come in because I haven't made any appearances. You know, if I get enough support out there by the people, I may just run without the $3 million. I said, well, I won't run without $3 million. Well, I need $3 million to hire a staff, and I got to keep up with this Hoeven guy. I need a tour bus because I want to go on a tour throughout North Dakota. I want to talk to the farmers. I want to promise them a farm bill, but get the bill passed. I don't want to lie to them like Rick Berg did. He said, I'm going to give them a farm bill. He didn't give them nothing. He was up there 2 years. Then he said, I'm going to be a senator. He got greedy. He wanted more money. The guy's already a multimillionaire. Why does he want everybody's money right now? You know, he lied to the farmers. Then they make him the head of the GOP in North Dakota. Ain't that a joke? You know, I'm going to be a constitutionalist American party. That'll be my party, the Constitutionalist American Party. I believe in family values. I believe that the Republican Party and family values is wonderful. But Democrats have family values also. I'm also Democrats. Not all Democrats believe in abortion. You know, you may think that all Democrats are pro-abortion. That's crap, you know. And I wish I had some viewers right now. I could invite my friends, but I'm gonna probably tape this first message here, this first segment of my ongoing series, Michael J. Steele. Spiritual, political thoughts, and I will also take your questions. So send me your questions. I want to know what you're feeling out there in North Dakota, in the world, you know. I got to get elected in North Dakota to get in the Senate, and maybe I can make some sense there and maybe make some big changes for the country right now. There's a lot of people that could be doing a lot better instead of that 1%, you know. I think that every billionaire in the world is a hoarder. They're hoarding money. If you're a billionaire, you're a hoarder. So this is probably going to piss the establishment off, but why don't you billionaires spend some money to help the poor people right now in your own country that need help, you know? And I remember when George W. Bush said, if you can't get a job in America, why don't you go to, you can go overseas and get a job. Yeah, who in the hell, if they can't get a job in America, they're probably broke. They probably ain't got money for a bus ticket. They probably don't have any money to travel across the country, overseas, or anywhere in the world, you know. And what the heck is wrong with people? And then he sits there and he laughs in our face, you know. Thank God we got rid of him. We got Obama, a great president. I helped him pass health care. You know, I got a certificate on my wall at home where I went out and I knocked on doors because I got sick. I had cancer. I might still have it. I don't know. They took my prostate. And thank goodness for this Obamacare because I had saved my life. The doctor said I was going to die if I didn't get my prostate taken out. So hopefully I'm going to be going here in October, about the 8th, and I'm going to see if my cancer is still in remission. I've been in remission 2 years, so I got to keep my strength up to be running, you know, in this campaign for North Dakota. I'm not going to be on the golf course like most of your Republicans here. I'm not going to be out of the office when you call me. I'm going to be there. I'm going to answer my phones. I'm going to talk to the people. I'm going to be knocking on doors. I'm going to talk. I'm going to find out what the problem is. I'm also going to start an agency called, here's my agency in North Dakota. It's going to be called the Complaint Department Agency of North Dakota. What do you think of that? Where you could come with your complaints about your landlord, about workers' comp in North Dakota, about your health care. Any problems you got, we're going to get to the bottom of it. You know, you got your KBLY tip line. Well, we're going to get in there and really we're going to do some real checking into some political corruption. You know, I read an article 3 years ago that North Dakota is the most corrupt state in the Union. So we're going to really find out where this corruption is, you know. And no more of this good old boy mom and pop, you know, is good, but none of this good old boy network anymore. We're gonna make wages fair for women in North Dakota. You know, North Dakota has a big push right now for all you women out there to get businesses started. Take advantage of that. That's one good thing that the legislatures in North Dakota have done in this state is help people to get businesses started. If you're a female, you know, we'd like to level the playing field here. Fairness for everybody. You know, I studied criminal justice in college. You know, I want to see some justice for those criminals. But I'm glad you're all tuning in there. Hey, Joe, I see you're tuning in. Hey, Richard's tuning in. My good friend Shelley's tuning in. Hi, Shelley. Glad you're tuning into the show today. We are broadcasting live in Fargo, North Dakota for my political thoughts, my political rhetoric of the day. We're also working to persuade you to vote for me and to give me your money. I need your money because if you don't give me your money, I don't get elected, then I can't help you, North Dakota. I need that dang tour bus. I might even live in this son of a gun up in D.C. Everything's so expensive. I'll just drive my bus up there park it along the White House there, plug it into Trump's electrical circuit there, and live in my little bus there, my little tour bus there. It'll give me somewhere to live, you know. I need a job. I'm unemployed. That'd be a good job for me to go to Washington and represent this great state of North Dakota, which the weather's getting a little chilly here, but it's still not too bad. Maybe we're going to catch a little break here. What else is going on? Well, we had a little drought for 10 years. Well, I'm going to help the farmers get water, probably free water from the ocean, and we're going to let the farmers get as much water as they want so we don't have a drought no more. See, you lose precipitation from all the snow that falls in North Dakota. And we've had, about the last decade, we've had some very, very light snow years here. And if you get a lot of snow, you get a lot of precipitation, which helps the crops. That's why we have such good soil here. Well, lately, the soil has been pretty dry. The experts that I've been aware of have said that we're in a drought here. We are getting a little more rainfall this rain season, but it's not a cure-all because of the lack of snow, you know. So we got to worry about the farmers. We take care of our farmers here. We do take care of our military. I don't know about 780 billion, you know, that's a lot of money. What is Trump trying to use the military to take over the world? I hope the military never double crosses us citizens, their brothers, their sisters, their aunts, uncles, grandmas, grandpas. I don't think they will, but who knows with all this Russian intrigue and all these things that Russia's influencing our elections and Russia's doing this, Russia's doing that. You know, they got Kavanaugh. I'm going to let you know right now, I'm not pro-Kavanaugh. He's against people with pre-existing conditions. You know, that's everything. Everybody's got a pre-existing condition. You know, it's just another reason for sure insurance companies to deny people, you know, that they don't like or they don't want to help. So I'm going to rock the boat. You know, but I'm also going to bring home the bacon. When you elect me as your senator, I'm going to bring home the bacon. I'm going to get more pork for North Dakota than it's ever had. I'm going to create some opportunities here for everybody, not just a few elite people that have been running this state for years. I'm going to create opportunity for everybody here. Everybody that comes here is going to get opportunity. Like Byron Dorgan did, he created opportunities. Earl Pomeroy, those guys, the opportunity creators, they're not there no more. You know, your Kent Conrads, you know, your geniuses are gone. You know, you got, I'm going to vote for Heidi Heitkamp, but she's this year. I better watch what I say about her. I might be working with her in 2022 if she gets reelected. I call her our third Republican sometimes, so I might have to be our fourth Republican. So, but her brother Joel, I told him I wasn't going to vote for her one time. I kind of pissed him off on the radio, but I will vote for her, I think, you know, because we only got about 20 state legislatures here, so we need all the help we can get from the federal government to keep the money coming into the state so the state doesn't go bankrupt, you know, which there was a big shortfall according to Dalrymple, but it was funny. He gave out a whole bunch of these bonuses, Jack Dalrymple, which was our governor and executor of the state here a while back. And then all of a sudden, first we had this big, huge surplus, and then all these bonuses were handed out, $20,000, $30,000 for this person that worked for the state. All Dalrymple's friends got these big bonuses. Then all of a sudden we have a $5 million shortfall, you know. Now we got a billionaire, Doug Burgum. We got a billionaire senator here in North Dakota, or not senator, excuse me. We got a billionaire governor here in North Dakota that, I don't know, so far he doesn't seem like too bad of a guy, but there's a lot of people that I think are going to get displaced because they're not going to be able to afford to live in these umpteen millions of projects that he's got going right now. All these poor folks in North Dakota aren't going to have anywhere to go. they're not going to have anywhere to live, or they're going to have to deport them or move out of state. I don't know what's going to happen. They're building skyscrapers downtown. This Kilborn group's building skyscrapers and that. Doug Burgum, if you're out there listening, I know you're not a bad guy, everybody says, but try to create some opportunities for the poor people out there and the elderly and the people on the fixed income, the disabled. You know, if you could create some opportunities for them, that'd be great. You know, but I don't like any billionaires because I feel that every billionaire is hoarding money that could be spent in our communities to stimulate true stimulation of our economy, create jobs, feed poor people, you know, help the homeless, get more housing for homeless people here in North Dakota. You know, the Churches United turned on 1,800 people this winter. They literally turned them down, which they've never done before, you know, and a lot of the churches decided not to have the overflow. And I don't know, I'd like to get to the bottom of that. I don't know why the churches are turning down the poor people and there's no overflow. And here enough, the Fargo Moorhead community, the backbone of North Dakota, you know, the empirical class, as they call us, we're the empiricals. But I believe that the people need to know why the churches are turning down people. I mean, come on, you know. But are these people that are being turned down? Are they wrecking the churches? Are they pissing all over the pews? Are they crapping all over the pews? Are they destroying the churches? What are they doing? Are these people? I know there's a lot of alcoholism going on. Are they doing things in the churches that are not proper in a church? Then I understand that, but we'll have to create other housing. You know, we have the phenomenal Cooper House in Fargo, the Wet House, where you have to be intoxicated to stay at the Cooper House in Fargo. What a great program! I have friends that I've talked to them about 7 in the evening. They have to tie one on by 9 o'clock. They have to get back to the Cooper House, so they have to be under the influence. Only in North Dakota would you have a wet house. Ain't that just wonderful? So you have to be intoxicated to stay at the Cooper House. So everybody out there, make sure if you want to stay at the Cooper House, you stay intoxicated. That's just great. There goes all your Social Security money, your check. Just spend it on booze. State loves it because they get all the money back on booze. You know, the booze just brings they get the money back. They give you some Social Security money. They get it back at the booze joints, the beer joints, and that. You know, I quit smoking and drinking 5 years and 9 months ago. I had some health problems, but my health problems were I drank and smoked, so I had to quit that, and I feel a lot better. And I'm trying to get in shape to represent North Dakota, to help my community, my citizens, my constituents. I have a lot of constituents, a lot of friends out there. You know, I don't really hear from our leaders in Washington very often, and when I do hear from them, it's when these political attack ads are happening right now, because we got this election, the midterm elections coming up here, and all these terrible, terrible attack ads going back and forth. You know, it's just mudslinging, and it's just kind of ridiculous what's going on right now. But hopefully, when I'm elected senator of North Dakota, we'll bring back some dignity in this state, and we'll get rid of all this mudslinging, and you'll get some truth. You know, from me, because I'm a firm believer that the truth will set you free. And a little bit about me: I'm a spiritual man. I am a Mormon. I belong to the Mormon Church here in Fargo. I am a faith-based man. I believe in faith-based initiatives. So if you are a spiritual person or Christian out there, I hope you vote for me, because I am a Christian, and I believe that the Lord is helping us to do good out there for our neighbors, and I'd like to help to continue to help our neighbors by bringing home the bacon. You know, all the pork. I'm going to be at the trough for as when I become senator, I got to get the trough there, and I'm going to try to get as much pork into North Dakota to create some real opportunities. That's what we need is many, many opportunities for our citizenry. Trying to think what's else on my mind. There's so many topics right now. I think we got to do something about the ethanol, though. We're sure using a lot of corn for ethanol, but our feed, our cows, they need corn too. We got to feed our cows so that they can get some nourishment, and instead of making all of our corn into ethanol, we need to make sure there's enough out there for our cows to eat. We have to provide for our beef. Corn fed. That's a lot of our corn is corn fed, so we have to have a lot of corn here in North Dakota. Yes, and also I'm seeing a lot of refugees in North Dakota, and they're just kind of. I've been talking to them. They're just kind of like dumped here, and they're not getting on any social programs right now or anything. They're just kind of wandering the streets because Fargo has become, which isn't a bad thing. We're becoming one of those cities that help people, which is good, but I don't know if these people are really being helped or not, these refugees. Some of them are just being dumped right here in the streets of North Dakota, and they don't have really any help or support. That's when they turn to crime, when there's no support network there, or the support network fails them. That's when these refugees turn to crime, and something we don't want to have here in North Dakota. The crime is going up. We're going to try to get a little tougher on crime. John Hoeven was going to do that, but he left, so he's not really paying attention to crime anymore. The crime's getting bad out there. We're considered a sanctuary city in North Dakota. I've been seeing a lot of our Native American brothers and sisters on the street, and I talked to them. Some of them have been basically kicked off their reservations, their tribes, and they come here for sanctuary. Because I don't know why they're here. They come here for sanctuary. They've been just kicked off, kicked away, kicked off. They need help too. We got to get them in some treatment programs and help get them off the street. We're trying to build a youth center for not only the Native Americans, but also the teenagers here in Fargo and our youth, which is a good idea. Hopefully that passes. Senator Tim Mather, now state senator for Fargo, he's been working on that for quite a while now to help get this youth center, to help get the Native American youth off the street, which is a great idea. There's many, many people around the country that will tell you that the youth center saved their lives and got them out of gangs, and these youth centers could have pastors in there, or chaplains, or priests to come and talk to these youth that are troubled, that are from the reservations and just from the streets of Fargo that have nowhere to turn, So I think that's a good idea. There's so many things we could be doing. We have a terrific park system here, but we could have more youth centers for our children here, and there's a lot of things we could be doing right now. But just remember, go to Michael J. Steele GoFundMe page, Michael J. Steele for U.S. Senate. I need your donations, because I'm not going to be able to help you unless you help me get elected. And I need that tour bus. I want to go around and I want to meet everybody in North Dakota, all the farmers. I want to talk to them personally. I want to find out what's on their mind. I'm going to be bringing my staff with me when I go, and they're going to write down things. They're going to take notes. And then we're going to study these notes, and we're going to have an open forum where we can discuss the issues. Maybe we'll get it like on public access. We'll get another channel going where you can see your government in action. In Bismarck, you don't really see your government in action. Maybe we can get something throughout the state where you can watch your government in action on like a public access channel and see what our government's doing here in North Dakota. Wouldn't that be wonderful? As a senator, I could probably get the funding for that, and then you guys could all see what your local senators are up to and what they're doing. Wouldn't that be just wonderful? We could kind of pay attention. We could have an open records. They do that in Oklahoma. You could sit there and watch your legislatures all day long if you want. They got a legislative channel throughout all Oklahoma you could watch, which I think North Dakota should have it so our citizens can get more involved and participate more. It's all about participation. We're losing a lot of people that aren't voting because their votes they feel don't count, and they feel that there's not enough people here participating in the political process. So that's what I believe. We have to get more people out there to participate in the political process while creating opportunities for our youth. They are our future for our children, because when I grew up, people would get an education here and then they'd leave and then never come back. It's starting to change a little bit because we're opening some doors here, and there are some opportunities for when you get your education to stay right here in North Dakota. I'm a product of North Dakota. I was educated in North Dakota and Minnesota, right across the border. So you're looking at a product of North Dakota right here. If you we got a lot of good things going on here. We got a lot of, used to be when I was a kid growing up, we got bored, so we read a lot, and we did a lot of television, a lot of current events. We did theater, we went to movies. We participated in plays. There's so many things that we were out more when I was a kid. We went ice skating, fishing. Now the kids got Xbox games, they're playing all these video games, and they're doing all these different things online now, which I guess that's the future of the world. You got kindergartners now are using computers and that, but I think we still have to get kids out and enjoy our basketball courts, our skate parks, and our nice beauty that we have in North Dakota. I like where we are stimulating our tourist industry here. What I think we got to continue to get that to grow. Our zoo's doing pretty good. We got to get a bigger zoo. I'm going to get funding when I'm a senator. I'm going to get more funding for our Fargo Zoo. I go to the Wahpeton Zoo. If you're ever out in Wahpeton, North Dakota, they got a great little zoo there that I go see every few years. It's a wonderful zoo, but you probably want to get Fargo a bigger zoo, which I think we can get some funding for that when if I get up there and control the federal purse strings a little bit. We'll be able to get funding for the zoo. Funding for education is always a big one. We should get the teachers a raise. Trump just gave $780 billion to the military. Why don't we give $780 billion to our teachers, where they can really get in there and have the tools to really educate our children here in North Dakota and give them real world training, real world education. When I went to college, it teaches you to think. Basically, it teaches you how to think, I guess. I hope that's what it taught me, but I know so many people that got 3-4 master's degrees in debt up the wazoo, and they're working in coffee shops for minimum wage, working 2-3 jobs, not even getting by, just getting further and further in debt. We need to wipe away the debt, just eliminate our student debt. We're one of the greatest countries on earth. We could afford to give our kids a free education. We could give everybody free health care. It's like people are saying that the healthcare sucks in Canada. That's bullshit. They got some of the best healthcare in the world. You talk to any Canadian and go to Canada, they're going to tell you that their free healthcare is superior, bar none. It's phenomenal healthcare. We could have that right here in America if we get rid of the greed factor. There's so much damn greed here, and we're the police for the world. We police the whole world. And why don't the world give us some money, and why don't they chip in a little bit and help us out? Shit, we got people suffering here, right in America, and it's not their fault. It's sometimes the system isn't working for the people. It's just sometimes the system's designed to destroy people. Some people are just being destroyed. Right now, if you work a minimum wage job, 40 hours a week, according to the government, the experts, you're going to go $8,000 in debt if you live right and you have health care and you're trying to take care of yourself, But some people say I'm full of shit, but most people, they live at home. The people that can do that live at home or have family helping them or somebody's helping them out. They got help. So they could live on minimum wage, and they got roommates, I'm sure they can make it when they got roommates and they got help, but there's people out there that are trying to raise families on minimum wage and it's just not working, So I believe in raising the wages, and not raising the prices. There should be a price cap on prices. See, every time I believe that whenever the wages go up, there's prices go up on food, everything right away. Let's give everybody a raise. And then they take it away from you. Social stratification is what I learned in college. The stratified layers of the social geopolitical economy is that's kind of what it's all about. It's stratification. Tax code, a lot of layers there, a lot of layers of poverty, and a lot of layers of wealth. It's the system is designed to keep you where it wants to keep you, unless you want to break out of that and get more proactive and participate. You could be rich and have nothing. You could be spiritually rich, like I am, and have everything. I'm spiritually wealthy, but I'm very poor right now. And that's why I need everybody to go out there right now and go to my website, which is called Michael J. Steele for U.S. Senate, at my GoFundMe page, and donate a little bit. Whatever you can do. If I get 1 million people to donate $1, that's $1 million. If I can get 1 million people to donate $3, $3 million, there it is. There's my tour bus. I could come visit you in a city in North Dakota. I can do my tour. I want to do my tour here. It's almost it's 2018 right now. I got till 2022 is when that election, but I got to start preparing now to get my tour bus ready, because I want to go meet everybody out there in North Dakota, and I need your help. Anybody out of state watching this video right now, donate. Go to my GoFundMe page. After $5,000, then I have to report to the campaign. The government, you gotta go to the campaign finance office and you gotta start reporting. I haven't made any money yet, so I don't have to report yet. But once I make $5,000, then I gotta report all the money for my campaign. Start reporting it. But I gotta make some money. So if I don't have any money, I can't help you. I'm gonna bring truth. I'm gonna tell people the truth when I'm up there, even if it hurts. I'm going to tell the people the truth when I become North Dakota senator. I've trained and worked and studied all my life to be a United States Senator. That's what I want to do. Everybody says, well, what are you going to do with your life? What do you want to? I've been doing it. I've been studying, preparing, waiting to be a United States Senator for North Dakota. Since I was 2 years old, I've been working politically to become North Dakota's next United States Senator. I'm going to try to go another 20 minutes. I'm doing my filibuster here. Let's filibuster. We can talk about anything. Any questions? I'm trying to think. Anything else you want to know about me? There's days I get pissed off about what I see on the news. I don't think it's the fake news, as Donald Trump says. It's the fourth estate. I studied journalism. There's ethics in journalism. There's the Associated Press. When I joined the Associated Press, we took a vow. We have an oath. We uphold our oath. You know, look at that guy a few years ago for the New York Times, got nailed for plagiarism and creating fake stories. He went down like a turd from a tall cow's ass. That guy was destroyed. A brilliant young man that didn't have to cheat, working for the New York Times, plagiarized all his stories. We don't do that. You get caught. Fake news is created probably on the internet. Don't believe what you see on the internet. You know, read a book. Read peer-reviewed articles, peer-reviewed journals. Ask an expert. You know, you can find good information out there. It's not hard. But there is a lot of garbage on the internet right now. There's a lot of crap out there. But I'm going to say it once again, I need your help. I'm running now. I'm getting in the mix. I'm getting into the game. The political theater, as George W. Bush said. I'm in the theater. I'm trying to win your hearts and minds to vote for me. I think I could do it. I really do. And first requirement is to be crazy, which I'm crazy for you. I'm crazy. Next thing, you got to be nuts to become a politician. You have to be nuts because you're going to make a lot of promises to a lot of people and you're not going to be able to keep them all. But you got to try to keep most of them to make your constituents happy, or they'll vote your ass out of office. You know, remember that. You have that power to vote. But everybody's got to get out and vote. You know, get out there in 2020 and vote and get rid of, you know, people you don't like, people you can't stand. That's your power in America, is to vote. You know, that's one of the things in the Constitution, in our Bill of Rights, that is protected. I think is that our 10th Amendment? That's the amendment that lets everything else is left for the people, which gives them the right to vote, you know. So let's get out there and vote. Vote, 2018. Vote in 2022. Vote for you-know-who. That's Michael J. Steele. Michael the real deal Steele. That's me. Vote for me. I don't need the $3 million. If you don't want to donate to my campaign and I just get your vote, I'll be happy. But I think I need the $3 million for my campaign to hire a staff. Bumper stickers, banners, that stuff's not cheap. I have to get a bus. I need a tour bus. I need a tour bus to tour the state of North Dakota, and I need a big bullhorn too. I want to hold that bullhorn when I talk to people. Excuse me. This is Michael J. Steele for United States Senate, coming at you live in Uptown Fargo on Steele Vision. How do you like that? How do you like them apples? So a little bit about me. I have an online store I run vintage, sell vintage collectibles online. I fix computers, personal computers. I'm an ordained priest. I I don't get paid to be an ordained priest. That's voluntary. Everybody in my faith, we volunteer our time and we donate to the church out of our own pockets. So that's a little bit about me. I've been in North Dakota 40 years. 40 years I've been here. I was born in Kansas City, Missouri. My dad's work brought me here when I was 9 years old. I'm 49 years old now. I'm at a good age to be a senator. I believe I still got a lot of life left in me. Hopefully this cancer stays in remission, and if it comes back, then I'll just go get some treatment, some radiation and that. But I got a pretty good appetite. I like to eat. I'm going to try to lose weight here. Well, now that I'm in the running. And I wish I could get some of your questions and comments right now. This is my first video presentation of my new show. And I hope you enjoy it, but I'm going to try to get some special guests on my next show. A local author, Carl Abbey. I actually was in the publishing business. I helped. I wrote a book called The Strawman Project back in 2000, and then it came out in 2001. The Strawman Project, Life Through the Eyes of a Noble Knight of the Strawman Order. It's about the Mikey Ruffalo Jr. story. That's me. That was my birth name, Michael Ruffalo Jr., but now Michael J. Steele. Long story, but I do have Steeles in my genealogy. I found out in my family tree, which is pretty interesting. Also, I have a lot of roots in American history. I've been doing my family tree. I found out one of my great-great-great-great-grandfathers served under George Washington. I was happy to find that out. And so I had a lot of relatives in the War of 1812, Revolutionary War. A lot of my relatives, I had some relatives come over on the Mayflower, and it's just amazing when you start studying your family history. All the patriots in my family were all usually clergy, and the clergy, they were either military or clergy, most of them, farmers, a lot of farmers. My dad was, that family came here, they were the first family in Kansas City, the Ruffalo family. They came here in the early 1800s, and they helped actually, a lot of the Italians, the Sicilians settled Kansas City, Missouri, in the state of Missouri. A lot of people don't know that, but my mother's side, now they go back to Scotland and England and Ireland, and it's just Norway, they're Norwegian. It's just Britain, Great Britain. It's just amazing. My family tree is just blew my mind, but the recent one is that one of my relatives worked with George Washington during the Revolutionary War. I thought that was very cool. And my family also worked with Joseph Smith, the founder of the Mormon Church, and Brigham Young. They helped found Brigham Young University. So, I mean, I got some pretty good stock, in me, and I didn't even know it. The more you do your research, you find out more of your history, and I would recommend everybody to do their genealogy. It just makes you feel good and makes you know that you are a somebody, that you matter. People out there, we all got a story to tell. We all matter. Everybody matters. We all got a story. All of our history is very pretty awesome. It's if you just start delving into your family history, you learn a lot of nice, neat stuff. But I got about 10 more minutes here. I'm going to visit and trying to think now. Questions. I'm pro-life. but I'm not pro coat hanger abortions anymore. I know it's a woman's right to choose, and sometimes I believe that the Roe versus Wade is protecting a lot of women from getting coat hanger abortions or back alley abortions. It's but I also feel that there's so many opportunities for women and their children to keep their children. There's options such as adoption, and there's a lot of women's groups that are there to support women when they do have a child. That it's about education. If you have a child, it's not the end of the world. It's the beginning of your world. Children are great. I love children. My sons are grown up, Eric and Lamont. They're grown men. I have two boys. I have Lamont, and I'm proud of him, and Eric, I'm proud of him. They both are hard workers, and I'm very proud of them. And also, I just think children are wonderful. But I also see, I understand both sides of the argument, and that's where it's hard for a person, especially a politician, sometimes to make the hard choices. But that's what we have to do. Sometimes we have to consider the best of two evils or the worst of two evils. And when we vote, I'm going to vote. I'm going to vote the conscience of the mind of the people of North Dakota. What the people want. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out there and take the temperature of the people in North Dakota, and I'm going to ask them what they want for North Dakota. What do they see the future of what North Dakota should be? North Dakota's going through some good times now. Fargo's going through some great growth. We're one of the best growth cities in the world, but then should we continue to spend all this money on building these great, fabulous buildings when no one can afford to live in them? We just spent a bunch of money in our city hall here in Fargo, probably $50-60 billion, somewhere around there. Look at all the poor people we could have fed instead of building these great, huge brick mansions and brick buildings. We could have built shelters for poor people and for the homeless. We could have done a lot of good with $50-something million. Did we really need a new city hall in North Dakota, in Fargo? Did we really need it? Huh? Did we need it? Yeah, I don't think so. I think the people could have used the money. But the few that are going to enjoy that city hall are going to be the workers that are in there, that work in there. I'm surprised they probably got a gourmet restaurant in there, but probably steak and eggs, and probably living pretty high on the hog in that place. They living in their ivory towers, and it's. Yeah, I'm not that kind of politician. Just put me in my tour bus and I'm good. I'll live in that darn tour bus. Get me an RV. Help me raise that $3 million. That's all I'm asking you. $3 million, and I'm on the road. I'm gonna talk to you on the air now, but I'd like to personally get out there and meet you. I want to come out there and shake hands with all the farmers. I want to kiss some babies. I want to shake some hands. I want to throw some dirt around and find out what's going on out there in North Dakota. I want to really get into it. I've been here 40 years. I have a fairly good idea what's going on, but I really want to know. I don't want to just hear what people tell me. I want to see it with my own eyes. And I'd like to go to D.C. I want to go to Washington, and I want to really talk to the politicians and ask them what the heck's going on up here. Why aren't they standing up? Why are the promises being broken to the American people? We have a lot of people that are in need right now, and I think we can help them. Why are we appropriating billions of dollars for shit that doesn't matter? The people matter. I choose people over profits. not profit over people, people over profits. If you have no people, you have no profits, you know. So that's what I got to do. I got to get in there, get elected with your help, your donations, and I will become the next North Dakota senator in 2022. And John Hoeven, he's about ready to retire. He's going to retire a wealthy man. He's already wealthy. Most of these millionaires and billionaires, they get elected, and the people just let them do it. Just why don't you just get an average Joe in there like me, that's been training his whole life to become North Dakota's next U.S. senator. That's my purpose in life, is to be the next North Dakota state senator. So what you got to do, you got to vote for me, but you got to donate. You have to donate to me. You have to go to my GoFundMe page, which is Michael J. Steele for United States Senate of North Dakota. Anything you can donate will be greatly appreciated. You have to elect me. For me to help you, I have to be elected first. I can sit here and talk all day till I'm blue in the face, but if I'm not up there serving you guys in Washington and in North Dakota, it's virtually means nothing. I'm just another talking head. I don't want to be another talking head. I'm a visionary. I want to get out there and do great things for North Dakota. Like Teddy Roosevelt did, and Franklin Roosevelt. Some of the greatest presidents in the world, they were doers. They got out and did things. They overcome adversity. They overcome challenges. They used their minds. They had brilliant minds, and they used their mind. But I need the opportunity to use my mind by getting elected and by going to D.C. and by being able to make the decisions that you guys want. When you send me there, you're considered my constituents. I have to make you happy. I have to work for you and do what you want me to do, not what I want to do. But I would like to have a tour bus so I can come and see you guys. I want to travel through North Dakota. I haven't done it since I was a teenager. We went on road trips all the time. All the time. We went everywhere. We went to Bismarck. We went to Duluth. We went to Rochester. We went to Minneapolis. I've been to Missouri. I've been to Oklahoma. I've been to Texas. I've been everywhere, man. I've been on buses. I took a bus tour a few years ago, about the time 9/11, and I traveled the country right after those towers went down. And I traveled, and I seen America in action. I seen our military and our army checking people out. It was serious stuff going on there. There was military on our buses, our trains. They were doing their job, and I understand that. But I don't know if $750 billion was necessary that Trump just gave to military. I don't know. But evidently a lot of countries are pissed off at us because we got to keep having this huge military. We spend more than any other nation in the history of the earth on our military. I think we could spend some money on our people, invest in our people. But I guess I got to get elected, and then I got to get up there and look at the facts and the real figures. I guess when you get up to Washington, you get to see the real facts, the real numbers, get a lot of good information coming in, real data, from people that are out there on the streets. They're bringing to you, to your computer brain, and they let you see everything, and they let you know a lot more than us little guys here out in the streets of Fargo, North Dakota. But just remember, I'll be there. I'm going to do it. And if I get enough response, I don't need the money. I just need your vote. Right now, though, I'd like to get a tour bus because I know John Hoeven's going to show me a lot of hard competition in 2022. But I'd like to thank you all for tuning in to my rhetoric today. And please look out for the children. help those children. Donate to your charities. Donate to the Shriners. Help the children's St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Help a kid, will you? Do something for children, not for your greedy ass selves anymore. Help the children. That's what we got to do. That's another thing I'm going to do is help the children. I'm going to try to get more funding for our hospitals, for our children, and I'm going to try to bring back the dignity of North Dakota, and I'm going to bring back honesty, and I'm going to bring back fairness. That's what I'm going to do. Bring back fairness. Because I'm a fair guy. If you vote for me, you're going to get fairness. I'm a man of the people. That's why I'm here. I want to work for you. Well, thank you for tuning in to my first political broadcast. And Michael J. Steele reporting live in downtown Fargo on Steel Dream Vision. Vote for me, Michael J. Steele, the real deal. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to my first broadcast. Have a great day.